Hey babe, today's the day I'm finally letting you in on the biggest secret of my life. Something only my family and I have ever known. For years, I've guarded this truth, unsure if I could ever find the courage to share it. But I can't keep hiding behind silence anymore. You deserve to know why everything ended the way it did. I know my disappearance felt abrupt. One moment, we seemed to be moving forward together. The next, I vanished. Back then, I pretended circumstances beyond my control forced me to leave. In reality, my family's beliefs and expectations stood between us. They saw us as too different and worried your independence clashed with their vision for my future. I let their voices drown out my own feelings. Looking back, I see how unfair that was to you. You did nothing wrong. In fact, you were everything I wanted: strong, genuine, determined. Yet I wasn't brave enough to stand up to my family's doubts. Fear of losing their support outweighed the love we shared. Now, I wish I had fought for us, but I can't change the past. All I can do is finally give you the honest explanation you deserved all along. I remember nights I stayed awake, replaying our last moments together and wishing I had told you the truth. Instead, I disappeared, leaving you with questions that had no answers. My family believed they were protecting me, convinced you wouldn't fit into the life they envisioned for me. By following their lead, I let go of someone who brought light to my world. For a long time, I was ashamed to admit I let external pressures ruin what we had. I told myself it was too late, that you'd moved on, or that reaching out would only reopen old wounds. But secrets can be suffocating. They gnaw at you in the quiet moments, reminding you of the betrayal you committed against both yourself and the one you left behind. You should know I never forgot you. In the stillness of night, I'd recall the jokes we shared and the dreams we voiced, imagining how our life might have grown if only I'd stood firm. Sometimes I clung to the hope that we'd meet again under calmer circumstances, where honesty could replace the silence. Yet each day that passed seemed to widen the gap between us. I'm not asking for your forgiveness. I know I can't erase the hurt my silence caused. But please understand that you were never the problem. You were exactly what I needed: someone who challenged me to be better, someone who made life feel more vivid. My mistake was letting other people's fears define my choices instead of trusting the bond we had. When my family insisted our relationship wouldn't last, I was torn. They wanted a more traditional path for me, someone who fit neatly into their expectations. You, with your boldness and strong will, appeared too unconventional in their eyes. I should have told them that your independence was precisely why I cared so much. Instead, I let their doubts overshadow what my heart knew to be real. I hope this confession brings you some sense of clarity. No one deserves to be left in the dark about why they were cast aside. You never deserved the unanswered questions or the confusing silence. I own my failure to explain sooner. If I had been honest from the beginning, we might have navigated the challenges together, or at least parted ways on clearer terms. Wherever life takes you now, know that I wish you the very best. You deserve a partner unafraid of judgment, someone who'll stand by you when the world questions your bond. I'm sorry I wasn't that person when it mattered most. Yet I haven't let go of the memories we created. I hold them close, reminders of what genuine connection can feel like when two people are unafraid to be themselves. Sometimes, I think about reaching out just to hear your voice, to let you know how sorry I am in a way that feels less one-sided than this letter. But time changes people, and I have to respect wherever you are in your journey. Still, I can't let the past fester in shadows any longer. If nothing else, I hope this truth lifts the weight of unspoken regret from both our shoulders. Regret is powerful. It creeps into the quiet corners of your mind, reminding you of the roads left untraveled. I've learned the hard way that I should never again let someone else's vision of my life silence what my own heart knows is right. You were worth standing up for, and I'm sorry I didn't prove that. My family never intended to hurt me. They believed they were saving me from future hardship. But in following their lead, I lost a chance at genuine happiness. If I could go back, I would show them how deeply you cared for me, how much we lifted each other up. Maybe they would have come around, or maybe not, but at least I would have tried. I can't undo what happened, but I can promise you this. I'll carry the lessons I've learned with me. Never again will I let someone else's fears override my heart. It's a painful realization, knowing it's too late to salvage what we had, but it's also a kind of growth, one that, I hope, makes me more honest going forward. If you never want to speak to me again, I'll respect that. If by chance, you do want answers or closure, I'm here. I'm done with half-truths and the shame that made me hide. You were a part of my life that mattered more than I admitted, and you deserve at least this much honesty from me. Thank you for taking the time to hear me out. I know this might stir up old emotions, and I'm sorry if it does. Yet I believe truth, even if it hurts, is better than a hollow silence. At least now you have the real story. You can walk away from this knowing it wasn't about you not being enough. It was about me not being strong enough to claim what we had. I remember how your laughter could change the mood of a whole room, how you spoke about the future with such contagious enthusiasm. Those memories might fade in time, but they'll always remain proof of what could have been if I'd had the backbone to stand by you. If you found happiness that doesn't include me, then I'm glad. You deserve it. Revealing this is my way of facing the consequences. I can't expect your forgiveness, but I can offer you the respect of honesty. Let this stand as proof that I'm done letting fear speak for me. I allowed it once, and we both paid the price. I'm sorry for how it all ended. Sorry for letting doubt and external pressure sever the connection we built. Maybe we were too young or not bold enough to withstand the pushback. But life doesn't offer do-overs. It only teaches us lessons. And this, for me, has been the harshest lesson of all. Letting fear dictate my choices only leads to deeper regret. I hope you can find some closure in these words, even if they come long after you needed them. At least you finally know the truth behind my departure. Carry it however you choose, and move forward in whatever way brings you peace. Above all, never forget that you were never at fault. You illuminated possibilities I was too scared to embrace. Wherever you go from here, I wish you a life unafraid of love, unafraid of standing tall in the face of doubt. You deserve someone who will celebrate your strength, not shrink from it. As for me, I'll keep these memories as a reminder of what can happen when fear wins. Thank you for letting me say what should have been said a long time ago. And please remember that you are always more than enough. I've spent countless evenings asking myself if I'd chosen differently. Would we have found ways to grow past every obstacle, or parted with a sense of understanding instead of confusion? Those questions continue to haunt me, reminding me that only honesty can truly provide the closure we both deserve in this life.